Thank you, Abbas, and I also want to commend you and your excellent team for this launch and also for providing much-needed leadership. I also want to acknowledge the presence of partners, international partners and national partners, and in particular from the International Committee and the Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent societies, donors that are here, that continue to provide support not just to the Red Cross but also to the humanitarian team, and also the media, who will be particularly important in conveying the message consistently. This is really a pressing issue for us and for the country and for the region. Drought remains the single most deadly natural disaster in Kenya. Of course, there are other disasters, such as the politics of Kenya, but in this case, I think we're just dealing with drought as a natural, disaster, and it has been recurring with increasing frequency in recent years, as you know. And the scientific data bears out that what we are facing now is a drought as severe as the previous disasters of 2006 or 2000. And field reports and analyses are giving strong early warning signals to prompt timely and appropriate actions. We've also noted that however intense the drought conditions have become in northeastern Kenya, in Moyale and Marsabit, and in the coastal and Ukambani regions, we still have a window of opportunity for responses to mitigate a humanitarian disaster. This can be attributed to the robust efforts and investments on drought and disaster risk reduction from mid-2009 to date. And I can quote a few examples, such as the creation of a government coordinating body, the Crisis Response Forum, which gives leadership to drought response but also draws on the expertise and capacities of humanitarian and development partners inside the government and the larger international and non-governmental community. The massive investment and interventions in the nutrition sector to improve coverage and quality of nutrition services countrywide, and the strong engagement in the water sector, such as been mentioned before me by Abbas, not only through expanded and improved irrigation schemes, but through borehole construction and provision of water storage infrastructure around educational and medical institutions in the ASALs, and also improved disease surveillance and timely animal health campaigns to tackle food security threats such as PPR. We've done a lot, and those efforts are now evident, but we cannot afford to relax the pressure. More needs to be done. A robust and immediate investment to shore up livelihoods and relieve water stress will help us to save lives and avert certain humanitarian disasters, as has been mentioned earlier. The humanitarian country team in Kenya is looking at vitally needed preparedness and mitigation activities to complement governments and other national efforts. Last week, I requested close to $1 million from the Central Emergency Revolving Fund in New York to support the Food and Agriculture Organization and the IOM to carry out urgent interventions in the livestock sector. This week, I have requested OCHA to issue a call for proposals from all partners, with priority being given to water and livestock sectors, basically protecting livelihoods and livestock. In this regard, we support wholeheartedly and appreciate this appeal from the Kenya Red Cross Society. As humanitarian partners, the Kenya Red Cross Society is in the vanguard of response, a role that they implement with demonstrated efficiency and effectiveness. The Kenya Red Cross Society has also been a key partner and participant in the Emergency Response Fund, which we manage in Kenya, with generous support from Norway, Sweden, and now we're in negotiations with DFID, and the European Union. And we hope to continue that collaboration throughout this drought period. We therefore invite the Kenya Red Cross Society to work with OCHA to prepare a proposal based on this appeal to the Emergency Response Fund for immediate consideration. I also want to emphasize the point that has been mentioned by our colleagues from the International Federation, that drought is no longer an exception in this part of the world. It is now a structural issue. If you notice, droughts are much more frequent now. They're much more severe, and they last longer. And they affect not just Kenya, but also the neighboring countries like Somalia, southern Ethiopia, southern Sudan, and Uganda. So we can no longer, every cycle, respond to it as an emergency. We need to make structural investments to deal with these issues so that we can prepare and we can anticipate. It's very important that we intervene immediately to save lives and to save livelihoods. But it is also equally important that we encourage government and partners to start making long-term investments and approach this as a structural issue, not as an emergency that comes up every drought cycle. Finally, I would like to point out that this drought is not only in Kenya, but is being felt in the neighboring countries as well. And it is very important that we liaise, and this is what I'm doing with my colleagues in Somalia, in Ethiopia, and in Uganda and Tanzania, to try and boost cross-border collaboration in disaster risk management and humanitarian response. And I'd like to, again, to commend the Kenya Red Cross Society and Abbas and your excellent team, and we look forward to collaborating with you along with other partners in this important response. I thank you all very much.